So this little video is just to help you understand how you could use a flirt pole in training. So we're just going to cover what a flirt pole is, how to use it, and why it's a really useful tool for training dogs in lots of circumstances. So to begin with, what is a flirt pole? Well, it's a pole with a toy on the end, a toy that is used to lure a dog to chase and engage in play. Depending upon what breed, the type of toy that you have on the end of a flirt pole is actually quite important. This one's quite a fluffy one. It's actually one that would be really useful for spaniels, any type of spaniel or spaniel crosses, because it actually replicates a little bit of what a bird looks like in flight. For other dogs, we're going to have a little look at a terrier cross and a second white dog Boo, something that actually replicates a small furry that shooting along the ground would be really useful for them to engage with. There are flirt poles on the market. Obviously it's quite a long and cumbersome tool to carry to the park with you, but if you go on to some online pet stores, you will find flirt poles that extend and therefore are useful to put in your pocket, but are shorter in terms of the length of cord that you have. They also have a bungee cord, which if the dog lets go or you let go of this, potentially can be quite dangerous. So just be mindful about the type of pole that you're going to buy. Okay, so we're going to start with Leo. Leo is, come on boy, good boy. He's a spaniel cross, come on. And spaniels like to flush things out of the undergrowth. He's now actually after the ball, and track things and chase things that are actually in the air. It's in their genetics. It's something that they want to do. So rather than him engaging with the pigeons in the garden, then I would recall him away from that, but I would allow him to practice his desire to be able to chase something in flight and then engage with it in play, tug. So we're going to start with Leo first. I'm just going to get these other poles out of the way. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to ask Leo to do is simply chase it. You ready, boy? Okay, get it. Good boy. Good boy. Well done, Leo. Good. Yeah, good boy, Leo. Good boy. Go on then, come on, get it. Yes, good boy. Good boy. As soon as he's got it, I shall play a very brief game of tug. Yeah, good boy, well done. Well done, good boy. Well done. And then I'm going to swap it for a treat. Okay, bud, there you go. Well done. Good boy. That's a good boy. The reason we use this type of toy is it can replicate a flapping bird. So for somebody like Leo, who has very strong spaniel genes, it is actually very, very attractive. We're now going to be working with a terrier. Now, something flapping around in the air is not actually particularly attractive to a terrier, but something furry going along the floor is actually very, very attractive, because that's very much in the terrier genes. They were bred to chase small furries, rats, etc. On the floor. So this time, when I actually play with my dog Boo, who is a terrier cross, this is going to be dragged across the floor, as opposed to being literally thrown around in the air for Leo, who, as I say, was a spaniel and is more engaged with that type of activity. So I'm just going to put Leo away. Okay. Okay. Good boy. That's a good boy. Well done, Boo Boo. There you go. You ready? And already he wants to engage. Boo is quite used to playing with the flirt pole. It's one of his favourite games, as you can see. So again, I'm just going to let him engage. I'm going to let him play with it before we start to talk about how we can use it as a training tool. Are you ready, boo-boo? Okay. Boy, good boy. And give. Give. Do. Boo-boo. Yes, a good boy. Well done. Well done. Stay. I haven't started yet, boo. Good boy. And sit. Good boy. Ready, 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 ready. Okay, get it, get it, get it. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Get it, get it, get it. Yes, clever boy. So again, once again, when he's got it, I'm going to play a brief game of tug with him. Notice I'm tugging the toy. I'm not actually hanging onto the cord because you'll find that very painful. And when I want him to release, give. Good boy. Well done. Yeah, 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 yeah. Good boy. It's also important that when you swap the toy for a treat, that you actually give it back to them as well. Otherwise, they'll just learn actually the treat isn't as exciting as the toy, and therefore I'm not going to let it go for the treat. Good boy. Okay, okay. Well done. Well done. Well done. Okay, good boy. And sit. Sit. Good boy. Okay, so how can it be used as a training tool? Well, impulse control is something that we need to teach all dogs, especially young dogs. So what I want Boo and Leo to be able to do is actually not chase this toy until they're told to do so. And that takes a lot of self-control. So this time I'm going to ask Boo to sit. I'm going to ask him to wait. I'm actually going to start to move the toy around. I want him to look at me, to focus on me. And when he's done that, then I'll let him chase. Takes a bit of practice, and certainly what you do need to do with this is move very slowly, because as soon as you start to move this toy very quickly, then part of their brain is going to go zing, and they're going to want to chase straight away. So I'm going to ask Boo to sit down. Good boy. And as you can see, I've put the toy on the floor. I'm moving it, and Boo, bless him, is not chasing it. I'm going to ask him to look at me. He's looking at me now. He's giving me good focus. He's ignoring the toy. And in a second, I'm going to tell him to get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Yay! Good boy. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Well done. Well done, Boo Boo. Well done. Good boy. Yeah, come on, play tuggy. You got it. You got it. You got it. So Boo's pretty good at doing this because he's done it before. And I can literally bounce this toy on his head, and until I've asked him to get it, he won't move. You need to build that up steadily. Basically, teach get it first. Once you've taught the dog to get it and engage with play, because it's got to be fun and exciting, ask for a sit before you say get it. When you've got a sit, you want to try and extend the amount of time the dog is in a sit before you say get it. Then you need to move the toy slowly while they're in a sit, and then give the command, get it. So we're just going to do that one more time. Boo, sit please. Yeah, good boy. Good boy. Good boy. So he's looking at me, look. Don't want him looking at the toy. Look. Okay, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Oh, we got that straight away. Good boy. Come on then. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Yes, good boy. Come on then. Good boy. Good boy, good boy, good boy. Come on, play turkey. Right, good boy. Good boy. Well done. Well done. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, swap please. Good boy. Good boy. Well done. Finish now. Finish. Okay, so what is a flirt pole? It's basically a pole with a toy on the end. How do you actually use it? You can use it to engage the dog in a game of chase and a game of grab. For a terrier, you probably saw that with Boo, as well as chase, grab. He also did a kill shake, which is part and parcel of his predatory motor pattern, which if I don't allow him to practice that in controlled circumstances, he's going to go and do it out there in the big wide world. With Leo, he does like to flush birds. So if we don't give him the opportunity to chase something that's flying around in the air, to flush something off the ground, to chase it and to grab it, then again, he's going to try and do that out in the big wide world, and pigeons are his favourite, I have to say, from that. It's a really useful toy, and I hope you find this useful.